Gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the brand new this evening Crypto Talk Now VR with Maximus Crypto, one of the greatest mustaches I've ever seen on live.
Hosted by Jeff Pruden, ladies and gentlemen.
Hosted by Jeff Pruden, aka Cookie Monster, aka the handsome one, aka the Giggle Factory. That's for dang sure. Okay, guys, if I was going to tell you, I gigglingly brought up a few seconds ago before the live, Beanie Babies were a huge investment that everybody used to invest in. And literally across the board, everybody used to tell me when I was younger, oh my God, you got to buy this and just put it away and don't sell it, don't mess it up, don't play with it, don't do nothing. But of course, today, Beanie Babies have completely flattened. Don't nobody care about a bunch of stuffed animals. But one of the greatest investors I've ever, and human beings I've ever met in my life, Legrand Commission. I can't do that like Maximus. But Legrand, could you tell everybody the series of Beanie Babies you used to invest in? Because anybody that was that solid into investing in Beanie Babies definitely knew what series that they were investing in.
Well, I didn't get too deep into it. I used to do a lot of reselling years ago, and that's why I bought over 200 Beanie Babies. But after realizing that they're not really worth that much, I just sold all of them, and I only kept 2 for my kids. So that's basically.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
if you didn't know, at the time, Beanie Babies went from $5 to $10 to $20 to $50 a piece. They were a huge thing back in the day. And anybody could tell you that Beanie series, 1988, no, 98 was probably the beginning that everybody wanted. Wasn't it that year, or was it 99?
I recall many years people were getting crazy. People were saving them, believing they were gonna pay their kids' college, you know, with it. So
Yeah, very true. It was the hugest talk back in the day. But now we are 20 years into the future. We got XRP, we got LUNC, we got Bitcoin, we got Ethereum, we got Dogecoin, we got XLM. So many different things have come up on the board. Gold should have been a huge thing for everybody back then. I never even heard of gold when I was younger, or an investment. What are you investing in now? Maximus, that's your question right there. What are you investing in heavily right now?
Crypto.
Okay, what's your favorite crypto? I got to ask Larry this the other night. What is your favorite crypto?
Well, see, that's hard for me to answer, believe it or not. So, what has treated me the best, and I'm still in the green, would definitely be Shiba Inu because, like, I did the best with that. So, I mean, I guess you could say that's one of my favorite, even though I understand the attachment of, it's a meme token and all that type of stuff. But I was able to turn 8K into 88K with that. Yeah, and then, but I mean, even with Dogecoin, I'm not really a big fan of it, but like it helped get me, the crypto bug, if you will. So, turned $300 into a little over 22K with that. I still hold a lot of Dogecoin. CRO was another big one for me. I have like, I don't know, 12 or 13,000 CRO, but at one point I was able to invest $1,700 worth of CRO. And then a few months later, that turned into 10 grand. So, yeah.
Goodness gracious. So easily you could say you've made a tremendous amount of money investing in a cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
You
10K into 120K for last year, but I reinvested most of that back into it. So, and then this year I lost a lot of it, but I mean, I didn't I mean, it went down, but I technically didn't lose anything if you think about it, because I never sold. You never lose until you sell. So as long as you keep holding on to that and recognizing when to sell it, or when to not sell all of it, but maybe sell like a good amount, take profits. That's the key. So
There's a couple of really huge recent news of Shibarium coming out on the blockchain. They got games, they got several different investment projects going on. What is your um, what is your hope for Shiba Inu and the community in the future?
well, is to legitimately get like true utility, to be. Some people say, well, they'll never have the utility. They will. Um, I think the biggest thing for Shiba Inu is going to be the metaverse. I have a feeling that um, Shiba Inu's Shibers, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't have an official title. Like I was telling everybody for months now, if anything, if Shiba Inu's metaverse platform could be the premier go-to um, metaverse, right, where the majority of people go to spend their time. There's always going to be multiple different ones, whether it's Metropolis, which I think is going to be up there too. But I mean, if Shiba Inu ends up being like the central hub, if you will, for a metaverse, I think that's going to be the biggest catalyst for Shiba Inu, because if anything, I mean, even people who aren't investors, like that might very well turn them on, if you will, to crypto. And if anything, they might want to learn more. So there's that. As we know, there's trillions of dollars. I think it's like something like 12 trillion at least is expected to flow into the metaverse. So if Shiba Inu, statistically speaking, like let's say after a year of when the metaverse for the most part has been a thing, right, that's trending, and people are using it and so on. And if people, like, let's say for instance, let's say there's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw out a number, let's say 1 billion of the world's population, so there's like roughly like a little over 7 billion people in the world. Let's say 1 billion used the metaverse. Now that billion, you consistently had, I don't know, like 20 million people, and it was on Shiba Inu's metaverse. And then the other statistics show like second place was like Metropolis with like, I don't know, 15 million, and then some of the other ones, you know what I mean? But Shiba Inu was consistently at the top. That in itself would cause probably Shiba Inu to eventually go to a penny in years to come. And a lot of people like have stated, there's no way, it's going to take too long. But these are the things to make that way, you know? So that's just kind of like how I feel about that. And that's why I'm still holding SHIB. I have over 1 billion SHIB. I have like, I don't know, like maybe 1 billion, 13 million or something like that. But, I might take profits along the way next time, especially again. If it gets to, I feel as though that the new all-time highs for it would probably be like, 0.30s, maybe like a 1 or a 2. If it's a 2, that's over $200,000 in profits for me if I cash out the whole thing. I'm not gonna cash out the whole thing. Maybe I'll cash out half. So if anything, if it goes up to a penny and I cash out half, well, that right there would be $5 million if it goes to the penny. And then if it cashed out half, yeah, it would be like 5 million. If I don't cash it out at all and kept the whole thing, I mean, geez, that'd be $10 million. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
You know what? Believing in the future of the metaverse and AR, investing in such a high risk community, there's so many things going on these days. Everybody remembers the video game Sims, where you can create a character, you could relive a whole nother life that everybody could appreciate. You're having your own family, you're living your thing in the metaverse. What they're creating these days is amazing. Now, a project that I just happened to not mention till Grand Mission earlier, because we were talking about video games earlier today, was a project called ICE. It is a poker a gambling cryptocurrency project. It's something I think the family would enjoy across the board. Blackjack, poker, all these other different gambling aspects into a cryptocurrency. It's called ICE. Gentlemen, go ahead and look it up if you can, real quick. But it is going to be one of the most amazing things because they use the metaverse. You can create your own little project character. You're going to be running through a whole little variety of worlds, gambling with your friends, and making cryptocurrency while you play against your friends and peers in the metaverse. It's a pretty amazing project. It's backed by a lot of serious investors. And I personally think that we can make something of this with the Luna Classic. Now, if we're going to, okay, we got a stream real quick. Let me jump onto the stream. Is this going to be backed onto the YouTube live right quick? Ice poker. Very cool. Gentlemen, I just found out about this today. And I kind of think I want to play around on this just to get the grasp of what I want to create in the future on the Luna Classic blockchain. We can all create a simple game, or we can utilize the teams that are backing this. We can message them and say, hey, we want to do the same thing on Luna Classic blockchain. I've looked at some videos for this right here, and it is really cool. It's really simple, very almost plain, kind of Minecrafty, but it's still building. But in the future, when everybody's betting on the 1990s Bulls versus the Knicks, or the All-Star teams, they're going to be doing huge betting on the blockchain utilizing these technologies. I think this is a huge topic we can talk about right quick. Have you guys ever, I know they made it illegal a couple of years back in the United States to gamble online because a lot of people were losing their houses and all kinds of stuff because it was new, but everything's opening back up now. Would you be willing to throw on your Oculus and run in and play a video game and bet real money against your peers in the crypto blockchain?
Somebody want to answer that?
The answer is clearly a yes, I would think, overall. But
Any votes against?
I don't think so. This thing, I think, might avoid the rules by using the in-game currency that incentivizes player liquidity. And
They do use an in-game. Yes, they do.
right, so that would mean that you kind of you don't have to pay for things, so you're kind of making money without having to make money.
Well, they utilize the thing where they use NFT outfit. That's one thing that they do. Put money into the system because there's a lot of rules these days for the United States for being able to bet and make a gambling video game.
Repeat
Little
that.
children getting on. There's a lot of rules or laws against utilizing gambling in video games.
Mm-hmm.
So what people have done recently is create NFTs, NFT clothes. So when you wear a T-shirt, kind of like Bored Ape Yacht Club, when you buy one of their NFTs, got invited to a giant group of people, and you have to do a bunch of cool stuff. You actually was able to go onto a special yacht and join these giant, magnificent parties. But we're here in this instance on the ice. You would buy a T-shirt, a pair of pants, some shoes, a headset, and you get to play this video game. And it's almost like Axie Infinity, where you have to buy some characters to join the game instead of actually, betting money against stuff. You put money into the system, and then you do a bunch of cool objectives, and you get money in the long run. Kind of what this platform's doing. And I really think that this is a huge, huge beginning of the actual online betting for the future. And I know we haven't talked about this before, and this is very new. Um, Maximus, if you could see the live in the background, could you do me a favor and read that for me real quick? Because I'm in class right now. Could you read that for everybody listening?
For the ice poker?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to read this, and after that, actually, I have to go because I got some things I have to take care of. But states, play and earn. In order to participate, players need to obtain at least one ice wearable either through purchase or delegation. Players are allocated a set amount of chips which are used to play ice poker. Read about ice NFT wearables here. Players can earn by completing ice poker daily check-in and 3 challenges, competing for daily leaderboard multipliers based on chips net winnings, delegating NFT wearables to other players for passive revenue share, receiving delegation to NFT wearables for a revenue share, and minting new NFT wearables and selling them on the marketplace. There's more, of course. There's collecting and speculating on ultra rare DG diamond hand wearables, minting for ice to sell to other players, which is needed to mint rare NFT wearables. And there's also scoring on the top monthly leaderboard to earn DG, the Decentral Games Governance Token, which gives holders governance rights and fee sharing in the DG ecosystem. Of course, you can read more about the ice poker play to earn incentives here by clicking on where it says play to earn.
Yep. I got that link pulled up right here. Jeff Pruden, have you dabbled in these ice wearables yet?
No, I literally found this out about 2 hours ago, and I thought it was a great idea. So I.
Trying to help you with the stream there, coming in a little bit on the dark side of the moon sounding, but it's all right. So, today's Sunday for some. It is now Monday for others. Are we going to have a good week? That's a good question. I think so.
Of course.
Of course. Even if it's a bad week,
LeGrand,
red week, it's a good week.
do you think we can implicate some kind of NFT purchasing access to our future website?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Because that could be a huge catalyst for the Crypto Talk Now family base. Everybody owns an NFT, and it gives us gives the community access, and they're joining into they're literally putting their money where their mouth is and joining into the community. We might be able to do some kind of burn for maybe our favorite cryptocurrency. Why wouldn't we just pick Bitcoin? We can buy Bitcoin and burn it, buy Dogecoin and burn it. Even though Dogecoin is an inflationary currency where they're going to make coins for the rest of time, but picking our favorite ones, we can do it on Quant. So you buy our NFT, join the website, and then we can burn a little bit of Quant. Or the latest favorite is Luna Classic. Everybody wants to burn a little bit of Luna Classic. We can literally create so many cool things utilizing these small ideas and kind of blast off. I've been trying to poke at what is the name? LUNC DAO and several like Edward Kim, a lot of the big names I've been poking at for the last few days on Twitter to try to help me and the team make a crypto game, which would burn Luna Classic. And I think everybody, for the most part, is interested in seeing a huge burn of Luna Classic. Now, another theory that I've been talking with a couple of groups is then, at what point, when we burn all of the on-chain cryptocurrency, Luna Classic, is the exchanges supposed to give up those cryptocurrencies that they hold. So if we burn 4 trillion cryptocurrencies of LUNC Classic, and we're down to that last 3.5 trillion, is Binance going to start losing the amount of cryptocurrency they have on the exchange to where the on-chain is eventually going to continue to burn? Because they can't hold that forever. And on-chain eventually is going to get back on there, and we're going to continue to burn it. So personally, I think that a lot of exchanges are looking out for themselves and their own pocketbooks. But if we have a powerful enough team and strategy, we could outburn anyone's plans for our cryptocurrency as a community. So I kind of think if we just keep building on the LUNC Classic platform, the blockchain, we can outburn anyone else's expectation of holding and utilizing that for the community and making their company money instead of the community money. So that's a kind of a big question. Hoping you guys want to talk about it a little bit. What do you guys think about an outburn or an overburn kind of scenario?
Well, I think it's a great idea. You can do it with NFTs. You can even, I mean, I had different ideas for that. Like, let's say if you launch an NFT project, let's say about LUNC Classic, you can actually do like a crypto pool, like where all the money goes in, and then you do like a drop, like when the project's done. Like, let's say you sell all the NFTs, and all the money that goes in, all the profits, then you do drops of LUNC Classic, and people will burn the LUNC Classic. The other way you can do it is, I mean, and that way people will feel like, okay, I'm getting what I pay, I'm doing my part, and I will burn my own LUNC Classic. It will be like an honest way of doing it. The other way is basically when you purchase your NFT, immediately that profit, we will take it from the LUNC Classic pool, and we will burn it ourselves, and we can have the tracking and everything with the, you know, in the blockchain, so people can see it. You know, it's different ways of doing it. But basically, let's just put it this way. Let's say you design 12 LUNC Classic NFTs, and let's say you put each NFT for $20, and you mint 100 NFTs for each design, so you will have 1,200 NFTs. When you multiply 1,200 by 20, I think you have, I think it's $24,000. Of course, there will be some fees involved with that. And I think they're around 4%, 5% at the most. But it's still, you will have over $20,000 burn of LUNC Classic. Of course, every single community member, you know, investing as, let's say, $20. You know what I mean? But that will be a huge, like, as a community, I think if we pitch it well, because it's not like we're trying to make money, it's like we're just trying to help the community, help LUNC Classic, you know, with the burn, basically.
That would be amazing. Now, as of today, there is a guy on Twitter named Fat Man who is the biggest LUNC Classic hater that I've ever even read about. He called us low value investors. He's literally called us greedy. He's called us he might be a very smart man, and I've never actually gotten the pleasure to talk to him. And he has a very high opinion for whales, big holders. for Luna Classic, at least alone. We got CZ Binance, who is the most important aspect as of this point, because his company is got the most holders of Luna Classic. Do you think we could message them, the two of them, as a pair, and kind of, tell them how the community, because we're all community members, how the community really feels from our opinions? Like, yeah, the coin literally went from 100 plus to so many zeros that we couldn't even buy a gallon of milk.
I don't mean to interrupt. I have to take off. You guys have a good night.
Maximus, you know we need you.
Say what?
You know we need you, Maximus.
I have to go.
There is a possibility that we can message these gentlemen and get them on board to at least help the community build something that could benefit not only the community to make us not greedy, because that's their opinion, but build something that could help everybody. Something for everyone. Blockchain exchanges, blockchain by itself, and investors. That's something that that's the conversation, because the exchanges want money, the investors want money. The blockchain has to stay in money, or there's no blockchain. It needs utility, and the biggest utility that, for me personally, that I could come up with by myself was we create something like ice, and we can make something magical about it. We can use Everventus VR, Maximus's crypto, Legrand's beautiful web skills, and my amazing freaking joking ability to just continue this whole deal. That I know that's a total joke on it, but there's something we can all as a community continue to build on for all of us to make money. And I feel like there's something being left in the metaverse that we're not seeing that can benefit everybody. And this guy with his piece of cheese.
You're supposed to keep
Is
focused.
that string cheese?
Yes, that was doing
I
it.
can't keep fucking through swinging string cheese.
Yeah.
All right.
This is it. Max, have a great night.
No, don't you leave, Maximus. We need you, you sexy
We
man.
don't need you right now. You need to be recharged. Talk to you later. See ya.
Gotta go to work early
I got
tomorrow.
laundry and stuff I still got to do and other things. So
It's all good. We're hitting 30 minutes now.
All right, Maximus. One little bit last. What do you think the community could say to these two gentlemen that could help the community?
you really put me on the spot. I mean, I don't know at the moment. Sorry, I was doing other things, multitasking. I hear quite all of that, so I apologize.
All right, Maximus.
Well,
You
That's
have
why
a
I said
beautiful
when I was
night.
going,
That's
I was
all,
going to
folks.
go, and so sorry about that.
it's all good. And to everyone who was wondering, I'm eating string cheese. It is delicious.
It looks
There
like
you go.
mozzarella.
You guys have a great night. I apologize.
See you
about
later.
not answering
No
the
need.
question right,
You'll be
but
back
there
later.
we go.
Oh, yeah. Forever tarnished. It's going to be on your permanent record that you did.
String cheese looks good though.
I'm telling you. Here. Sorry. That was me delivering it via the internet. So, it's all good. Have a good night. Have a good work day.
All right,
Be good,
go
people.
to sleep thinking about the ICE project as something we can try to create for the Luna Classics. That's something, it's like we walk around with utilizing Edward's idea. He wants to use VR.
I mean,
create.
if you can utilize their their blockchain and then apply to join their ecosystem if you're real serious about that. But I mean, that's a whole process in itself.
That's what the Luna Classic family needs, right? We need somebody serious about
The most overlooked
making
thing,
some on the
though,
blockchain.
the most overlooked thing, though, I can tell you this much is, you know, like getting on an the cost of like getting on exchanges and stuff like that. It's not as cheap as you think it is. So
I've been
you
there,
got-
done that. It's $30,000 plus on several different exchanges. I've done that, brother. I've